Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EU Masters Grand Final Anarchy Analysis video. That's a bit of a mouthful, but we've got a bit for this one, and as you can see, I'm not in my normal setup. Repping my Fnatic jacket and my England shirt, because it's coming home, let's be honest. We're partway through the series. In terms of watching it, Fnatic have just picked up their first map, if you want to know where I am. But I've got a bit for this episode, and all I need to show you is hair dye. We're going to be dyeing my hair. This is the first time I've ever dyed my hair. It's going to be fun. Let's see how it turns out for this series. See you in a bit.
Well, let's kick this series off with what we call in the business a throw. Everything looked so good for Fnatic until it didn't. 24 minutes in and Fnatic are lying in wait inside the K-Corp jungle. Ruckus tries to go in with his Zenith Blade, but if we pause it here, if that had landed, he would pretty much be screwed, as K-Corp are all in the area grouped up, and you compare that to Fnatic. They're all across the map. They've got 3 members here, 1 lying in wait ready just away from the engagement, and then 1 in the bot lane trying to clear the wave. Now, when TF steps forward, this is a bit of a shock from Fnatic. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a misplay. He walks forward with the gold card like, oh, they're not all gonna be, oh, they're all here. And yeah, they basically are forced to leave TF to die as he enters status. Or so you may think. As soon as the wild magician dies, Pride TP's in and K-Corp swarm around the Gnar, who, by the way, is mega. So, this is something K-Corp failed to recognize. As such, as soon as the big beefy boy appears in front of them, 2 flashes are immediately burnt on the big carries of K-Corp, which is a huge thing in this fight. And as such, all the people avoid the big Scoopy Whoopy except for the Jarvan. And this essentially, combined with Leona, stops the blue wall from the K-Corp squad from advancing forward and killing the rest of Fnatic. Now this fight is split into 2 as Rux dies. It becomes a 2v1 between Maxi, Maddie, and Saken, and Syncroft and Cabochard are squaring off against Pride and Bean. So, let's handle the bot fight first. Maxi has Set's body that he's stolen from killing Targamas with the Heartbreaker, and yeah, he uses his flash to get close to Maddie, and then it's just a very easy triple curse. What's the triple curse, you may ask? The face breaker, the haymaker into the heartbreaker, and Maddie gets curd to death. And that gives over the body of an Ezreal to this Viego, who looks to turn to burn to the top half of the fight, where the Varus gets pinned in a corner by the Jarvan's Cataclysm, and then a big old crocodile scoffs him up. And this makes this fight technically a 3v2, which is technically winnable for Fnatic with the health bar lead. However, what you fail to realize is Jarvan and Renekton have so much sustain. With their abilities resetting, the Gore Drinkers come back online, the Call of the Meat comes back online, and they're just able to heal through the health bars of the 2 remaining Fnatic members, and this is enough to shut down the Viego, who was popping off to this point. And they also do a lot of work. Especially now that Viego's dead, it leaves Gnar on his lonesome, and he kind of takes a bad path, in my opinion, to his own death. He could have actually walked back to mid lane, or away from the collapsing side of the fight. you know, the side that can kill you. He just walks back into it. And yeah, fight 1, game 1 ends in a throw. Fnatic lose, K-Corp pick up the first map, and we head into game 2 after this quick commercial hair-drying break.
And we're back. So we've got the dye in my hair. It's all across. Can start to see it taking shape with a bit of green. Looks pretty good. Gotta sit here for 30 minutes. I might as well do some analysis on game 1 while I have my computer here. I say computer, I have my phone and I have a notepad to make notes. So there's that. I'll be back in a bit with probably another update.
Game 2 feels like a literal rerun of Game 1. Same draft, same side, same result, as Fnatic's indecisiveness comes back to bite them, as it appears to them they can pressure the set, as Targamas has just hex flashed over the wall into basically all of Fnatic. However, when the CC dries up, Fnatic can't press no more unless they all want to dive headfirst onto him and try and kill him that way. But they don't, they back away, and then it's the killer instinct of Syncroft's Jarvan. Immediately flag and drag onto Deja, and this locks him down with the Cataclysm to buy time for Set to arrive. He face breakers the TF, who has just got out of the big old pit with his flash, and that just pulls him straight into the Crocodile, who's just like, give me that body, fool. Who eats him up for lunch. On the other side of the fight, Jarvan is popping off, clutching his flashes, and he uses the abilities. Well, he avoids the Heartbreaker with that flash, and yeah, that keeps him alive so that he can reset his abilities, flag and drag back through the 2 members of Fnatic who are trying to kill him, and oh, them 2 Fnatic members are in the middle of Bufu, Egypt, and they just get bodied by K-Corp, and yeah, the kill squad take them down, and they're off the rift, leaving just Pride and Bean to be killed as the Realm Orbs takes the blue wall to the Bean of Fnatic, who gets suffocated out the map and taken back to the fountain the hard way, leaving only Pride alive. And yeah, game 2 goes over to K-Corp. Game 3, and we're focusing in on Maxi as Fnatic Rising look to rise back into the series. They are currently on Soul Point with the Ocean Drake on the map, and we're just going to watch Maxi as he's looking front line to get near to the pit as the TP flank comes in from Pride. Now they spot out the cannon on the backside. Maxi looks to protect his squad from slicing Maelstrom. As such, he does get stunned up away from the fight, and he is kind of left on his lonesome to go in with the Heartbreaker and pick up a nice easy double kill onto the Lee Sin and then the Ezreal. Once he gets them bodies, he's able to steal the Ezreal's Q, Mystic Shot over the wall, killing the Azir, picking up the easy triple kill, allowing Fnatic Rising to enter the base of K-Corp and take down that goddamn Nexus, making us get that ever favourite phrase of, it looks like we've got a series on our hands, alive and well, as I've run out of superlatives to describe the Fnatic Rising game here in game number 3.
Update time, and we're in the part where I'm going to be rinsing it. This is going to be fun. I can actually see part of it being a bit green. It looks a little green in the camera as well. That's always a good sign. Now we get to the bit where I have to put water in and rinse it out. Oh boy, this will be fun.
Game number 4, still do or die for Fnatic as K-Corp take the second drag of the game. Fnatic look to use the Rift Herald mid in order to get a bit of pressure on the map to get an equalization to the gold that the Drake and the stats provided are. And as such, the Herald comes through, but it is not able to get a charge thanks to the smite from Syncroft taking it out. Then what we see is a bit of poke coming over the wall, and as the Gragas goes over the wall and casts with the Tempered Fate, it misses and goes wide, which is a go signal for Ruckus's Rel, who locks down the Bard, allowing Viego to pick up the kill, and once the stopwatch fades from the Gragas, kill after kill comes over to the Fnatic Rising squad as they take down Xmadi, they take down Seiken, and all that's left on the map is Cabochard's Lee Sin, who isn't able to get anything done as Fnatic reset with gold lead that they've just garnered, and this fourth game giving us silver scrapes for the first time ever in an EU Masters final. With Game 5 in the background, we get to discuss the entire series as a whole and the futures of these players, because let's be honest, the future is looking bright for everyone involved in this matchup. And looking at the LEC next season with BDS coming in as a French squad, this is going to be quite intriguing to see who they pick up. Because there are some players I feel in this matchup that are LEC ready and have been for quite a long time, and I'm looking at the bot lane of K-Corp. Targamas and Xmadi have been playing together for a long ass time. I remember them back on Fnatic Rising as a whole, and they've been a solid duo ever since then. They have consistently been performing at the top of the LFL, and I for one really think if they are picked up by, say, BDS in the LEC, they're going to pop off and have a good split in spring, and I really want that. Now, as for the matchup itself, this one, I think no one expected Fnatic to do well in. They were the dark horse throughout the tournament. They had to go through play-ins, go through groups, go through the quarters and semis just to get to K-Corp, who had an easier time not having to go through that nice little play-in stage. And you then have to realize K-Corp kind of a very strong squad. I mean, they've only made one roster change with Adom going into Fnatic, and then Cabochard, who is a GOAT in European League of Legends, taking up the top lane mantle. That is such a phenomenal squad K-Corp have. Sure, they lost the final to Misfits Premier, but that's okay. They came back here, beat Fnatic, and did it in style. And game 1 and 2 could have gone easily to the Fnatic squad. Game 3 and 4 easily went over to Fnatic. Game 5, not so easily, but you have to look at Fnatic in game number 1 and 2 as to why they weren't able to pick up this series. Indecisive plays, I feel, cost them, and mispositioning during them indecisiveness got them absolutely smashed by K-Corp. And when you give over to Syncroft, a Jarvan, a playmaking jungler, he pops off. Sure, he can play a Lee Sin, but he's not the best Lee Sin as we saw in this series. And as such, he got punished quite hard. And Fnatic obviously did well to do that, but you then have to realize, give him a Jarvan, the ability to lock up a Fnatic carry who gets caught out, and then there's no stopping him. Jarvan, in my opinion, is a very hard counter to Viego, because Viego can do all the work in the backline and steal everything and take all the bodies he needs. Jarvan just dislodges a fight a lot more than the Viego does. And that's what we saw in this game and the first two games in terms of team fighting in the late game. And that ended the Fnatic hopes of a title for the NLC at EU Masters. And personally, I really think we'll not see K-Corp in the final again for a while. I don't think they're going to have the same success because I'm pretty sure some of these players will be in the LEC next season. And yeah, whether it's Cabo going back in as a top laner for BDS, that's the thing. BDS as a squad, no one knows who's going to be on that roster. They don't have a previous, LEC caliber lineup. And I'm not sure if they are going to buy any of these Schalke contracts, considering the rumours around players on Schalke like Broken Blade being the new top laner for G2, or say, I don't even know who was good on the Schalke lineup last split. I mean, their bot lane was popping off in spring, but yeah, that's about it. Gilius might get picked up into the LEC again, but only time will tell. And that time will be in January when we see the LEC again. But we've got Worlds, the group draws happen today, and we will be predicting that soon enough. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me in my hair dyeing journey through the European Masters final. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a goddamn like below. Subscribe if you're into it if you want to. There's probably going to be another clip of the hair dyeing thing right now. And I don't know if I ended it out with a thanks for watching, but I'll bid you all adieu nonetheless, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.
Hi, quick update. Now that we're done with EU Masters and it's the day after, well, let's give an update on my hair dyeing situation. So as you can see, the sides of my hair, a little bit green. That's about it. Everywhere else, let me just spin around. Didn't really manage to keep the green in it, which is, I'll have to bleach my hair if I want to do it properly. Nonetheless, we had an attempt, and just like the UK have had 2 attempts at winning the EU Masters and have failed miserably in the final 2 times, and as such, we end this, I guess, bit off here. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.